So in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting the template and things like that set up for our messenger. So I'll just close this one. Actually, this is the old one. So what we're going to do first is refresh. You'll see we'll just need to upload the last video's changes. And we refresh. You can see it's gone. The page is blank. So what we're going to do is we're going to first paste in the template I created. So here is the template. This will be in the source code. The source code is uploaded onto GitHub, and I will provide a link in the description of the video. But here is the template. So we're just going to copy this and paste it in the index page. Then we will upload it and refresh. And you can see we get the template that we were using earlier. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create the database table. So in the last video we created the database. This video we're going to create the table. So we're going to go to PHP my admin. We're going to click PHP my admin. So here is my username. Here is the table or the database we just created. I'm going to create a table called messages, and we're going to give it 3 columns. So the first column is the ID column. It's just to uniquely identify every row in the table. Then we're going to have a username column, and we're going to have a message column. So the username column is going to be a varchar of length 32 characters, which means every username can't be more than 32 characters long. A message is going to be of type text, and it can be, say, for example, 300. Actually, we'll just leave, now we'll give 300 will be the maximum size of a message. Then what we're going to do is we're going to auto increment the ID row, the ID column actually, because we want the ID column to increase by 1 every single time we add a new record. And we're going to set the index to primary, which means that no other, you can't have 2 IDs the same, and the primary, or setting the index to primary will ensure that every ID is unique. So the way we're actually going to do it is we're going to sort of leave this page for the minute, and we're going to start working on the update messages page. We can just delete this one as well. We're going to work on update messages first because that's how we're going to send messages to the database. So we have our sort of connection script up here, and what we're going to do first is we're going to create a username variable, and we're going to set it equal to the get parameter, and we're going to give it the name username. So this just means if we go to message.es.vc /update-messages.php, the username variable is going to be assigned to whatever we put in the username parameter. So Francis, for example, if we put a question mark, then username equals Francis, then we will have Francis is the value of the username variable. We can check that by echoing the username. So if I just run this now, you can see we get Francis printed out. We're going to create another variable called message, and it's going to be equal to the message variable, and that is just another get variable. The way we do that is we just append it on with an and sign, and we say message, and then we just say equals sort of test, or let's just do a hello world, and we will change this to message. So let's just refresh this. You can see, okay, we have an error. Okay, so the reason we have this error is just because I left out a semicolon. So I put that semicolon in there, we re-upload the file, and we go back to Google Chrome and refresh. You can see we get the text printed out to the screen. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add a function to surround each of these 2 parameters to prevent cross-site scripting attacks. So the way we do that is we use the HTML special chars function, and what that does is it, I'll just show you now. If we go back to the browser, that means if someone puts in, for example, a less than sign and then puts in some text and a greater than sign, the function will see the less than sign and the greater than sign, and it will convert them into this and greater than, and then we refresh, and yeah, it doesn't show up properly, but it prevents people being able to put tags in the messages to try and execute them on the server. So we have the HTML special chars function on the username, and we need to have it on, the message as well. So we're just going to add another function around this, which is the strip slashes function. And we'll just upload this and refresh just to make sure we didn't spell anything incorrectly. Okay, so now that we have that, what we're going to do is we're going to delete this. Obviously, we don't need to print the message out. What we're going to do is we're going to say if either username is empty, or, which is what the double bar means, or the message is empty, then we're just going to die nothing, or we're just going to return nothing to the messages. Then what we're going to do is we're actually going to insert the message, because if the username is not empty and the message isn't empty, then we're going to actually insert the message into the database. So the way we do that is we say result is equal to db, and we're going to access the prepare method from the db class, and the prepare method takes one parameter, which is the string you want to the string of your query. So I'm just going to write insert into messages values, and we have 3 columns to insert. The first one is the ID, which is auto incremented, so we don't need to do anything there. Second one is the username, so we just put a question mark in there, and third one is a message, so we'll put a question mark in there. If you were to surround the question mark with single quotes, it would insert a literal question mark into the database, but by putting a question mark with no quotes around it, it just means we're going to substitute the question mark. So if I go down again, and we're going to say result is equal to, actually we're not saying equal to anything, we're just saying result, and then we're accessing the bind param method from the DB class. And what we're saying here is we want to first pass it a string containing the type of data we want to insert into the database. So we're going to put 2 S's in. The first S is for the username, which is going to be a string, and the second S is for the message, which is also going to be a string. And then we're going to pass it the username parameter, and then we're going to pass the message parameter. We could also do this, we could just chain these together, but we're going to just leave them on one line, or on different lines for now. And then finally what we want to say is result execute. So now we're going to upload those files. We're going to refresh, and you can see we get no output, but if I go to the database and I click browse, you can see we have one message that says the username is Francis and the message is hello world. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.